Hey, it's JJ. Today we are doing Curse Crackers for Whom the Bell Toils, and we have
ATI?
Firefly?
I'm ZeroVII.
we have
I'm
a spe-
Sainte.
we have a special guest, Sainte with an
Whoops,
E.
eager guest.
Very eager. But yeah, where do we want to start with this game? Because I
Well, first, I'd like to give the honor to our special guest, Sainte, for recommending this, because this was a video game-ass game. This was a blast. So why don't you start us off, Saint, and tell us a little something about Curse Crackers and like what made you want to share it?
Yeah, so this game's made by Colorgrave. I actually played their first game first, which is called Prodigal, which is like a sort of Zelda adjacent game, like a top-down Zelda adjacent game. I really like that game, so I just became really interested in this developer, and then they released Curse Crackers, and I just saw that, and I really like the like Game Boy Color-esque aesthetic. And then basically right from like the first one I played it, at least for me, I can tell like you can just really zip around. Um, the moveset for the character is really great, and I think this game is overflowing with charm in almost every aspect. The music, the graphics, all little details like when your own character is idling, she's just like bouncing around because she's a acrobat, or even all the NPCs, a lot of them have idle animations that are to me really cute. You can pet the giant dog, which that's worth the $6 alone to me.
True.
And yeah, I think maybe a little bit to his detriment at times, but there's just so much stuff packed into this game that you can sort of interact with as much as you do or don't want. I think for a certain kind of person, that compulsion might spoil it a bit, but um, yeah, there's tons of secrets in all the levels. Not just the roses, which are pretty obvious, but then I'm sure once you bumped into swords and then like lore books, and then there's other stuff I can't even completely remember because I played this a long time ago. But I think even if you ignore that stuff, just moving around is really fun, and yeah, like I said, it's so cute that it's just fun to play regardless. But yeah, the extra stuff I think is cool for the people who want it. It is a bit overdone. I think there's a lot of tie-in, not even a lot. They're like setting up something that does tie into that first game and other stuff that they have grand plans for, but they are a small dev team at the same time. So it's a interesting choice by
Yeah, I
them.
wanted to springboard off of that and mention because I'm looking at Prodigal now and like the entire library of Colorgrave, and like they're obviously well versed and they love Game Boy Color era stuff. You can tell through every like there's so many Donkey Kong Country design elements and stuff in Curse Crackers, like the shooting cannons and stuff. Just the way you bounce, like it just feels like these people understand what makes a platformer good. But like as far as the extra content, it's like there's so much that it overflows into their other games too. Like there's the giants from this game that appear in their other catalogs. Like I'm sure the lore is all connected. The characters appear. They have this other game coming out. What is it? Claire a la mode featuring the chef from Curse Crackers,
Yeah, I think
and
that's such a small one they're doing.
yeah, and it's got all the characters from Curse Crackers in it too. So it's like, okay, you like our game enough to delve into 100%, then here's more for you. Here's more, more, more. Like they're constantly feeding you so much content, but you don't need to eat it, but like they're constantly throwing these plates of food at you. It's so much gain.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. I feel like I've missed out on a lot of the game just by beelining it to like the main
Mhm.
ending because I there you could apparently is play as Bonnie, who's got her own moveset. She swings around her little Grim Reaper scythe, and there's just a lot. Like I don't know what tickets do. I don't know what the lore books do. I don't know what the swords do. I found a few, but it does feel like
There's so much.
yeah, I feel like I wish so much of it wasn't kind of like behind this hidden thing, which I get. Like the intent of the game is to like have you explore it and kind of like learn the mechanics and do all this fun stuff. But like at the same time, I'm like, unless I pull out a checklist, like wiki guide or some Steam guide, I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff that I would probably just have to really comb through, which then is kind of like opposite of what I feel like the game wants you to do because you can zip around and move around so quick. So I was kind of at a battle with myself. Was like, do I go back and like experience the rest of this game, or am I good? Like, how much more is there, Saint? Like, is there like 5 extra worlds? Is there like
How
what's
much time
going
do you
on?
have? That's the question.
Yeah, there
You
is
got a
a
lot
lot.
to
I'm not
explain.
even sure I completely remember it all because I did try to revisit some of this game for this, but I didn't get to like start a new save and then go bonkers like I did.
Yeah, that would be
I did.
crazy.
Um, there are 3 hidden worlds that are just like secret exits and worlds in the
Bitch.
first 3, I think.
Damn.
Um,
Okay.
there is one set of 10 levels that's hidden, but oh yeah, the dog, Sparky.
Big dog.
There is one set of 10 worlds that you play without Chime that's locked behind getting all the roses. I think getting all the roses is pretty. That one's not that crazy.
I think
It's
that's
not
manageable
asking
because
a
it shows
lot.
you the
Yeah.
tracking in the open.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
asking much.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with what S-Fox just said. Like, yeah, I think I kind of said in my little intro spiel, right? Like, it is slightly to the game's detriment because it's like, oh my god, there really is almost like too much, and especially for me too. Like, when I first beat it, they had a major content update after, and I was like, there can't be. It's like, can there really be more? It's like I'm happy, but at the same time, it's like, oh, there's like already kind of a lot.
Yeah, I
that-
feel like it's kind of okay that it does this in some ways, if only if you can ignore the mind goblins that tell you that you need to complete everything and like don't see the 28% completion rate after
Yeah,
you beat
exactly.
the game and like be taunted by it.
Yeah, so
Because
that's
like this game, its main campaign stands alone. It's a fun little Game Boy romp where like you can just blast through it. But if you want to interact with the bonus stuff, you have to slow down the pace and like talk to all the villagers. And they have so much dialogue. You can speed it up. I found this out eventually in the options. You can speed up the dialogue speed because at first it was pretty slow, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But yeah, you can speed that up. But there's still a lot of talking. Just like that's me being in a mood when I play a game like this and I want to go fast. Anything that slows me down, I'm like, I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta bounce. I got a bell to throw. I gotta do my somersaults.
Yeah, exactly. Like this game is like 2 games shoved into one, and
Yeah,
they're like
like
2
I
different
loved
parts of my
exploring, but
yeah, like it's 2 different parts of my brain fighting each other at the same time. Like one part of me is trying to do the speedrun challenges, get all the medals, get all the roses, find the lore books, find the oath swords, and then the other half of me is like also just trying to only do the speedrun part and just finish the game. So it's like these 2 are just constantly fighting each other in every stage, and I'm like missing details of things, and I feel like I'm staying down taking an arc. So I'm just looking at the obstacle course I have to navigate with my move set as I zip through the whole level.
yeah, let's talk about some of this moveset because that is obviously the shining star of this game, and it's like we have to properly describe how good this feels to play like immediately off the bat.
Oh yeah, I do want to mention when you brought up Donkey Kong Country that this game definitely made me slip into that mindset to the point where I was kind of approaching objects with like bouncing off enemies and then bouncing onto like a target, and then I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
hit
like
the
the same
target
kind of jump
because
comboing.
yeah. But the problem is this game is much more precise than Donkey Kong Country, so
Uh,
I'd often like fall through an object or like slip off a ledge or something that I
I
wouldn't
think a
slip off
part of
in
that
Donkey
is
Kong
just like the
Country.
Game Boy type camera in general. Like you have less room to move around. And it kind of reminds me of like Sonic Advance's problem, where like things are just big on the screen, so you kind of slip and take up more room. Kind of.
It's kind of more like I just watch my straight fall through because the game's like, oh no, you have to make sure your middle aligns with a certain amount of this object, or
Yeah,
you just fall
for
through
the
it.
for the most part, it didn't matter too much, and like you could really zip if you knew I was coming, and like it feels like you're hitting a full combo on like Guitar Hero or something when you hit a full
Yeah,
like slide onto an enemy head, and
I,
then
yeah. I'm not trying to say like it's badly designed or something like that. It's just a certain precision I'm not used to because like Donkey Kong
yeah,
Country, I could
Well, I was
like
actually
bounce off
gonna say,
something, approach an object from like below, and it would grant me the extra bounce. But here, I just
mhm.
like go through the whole object and just fall to my death, and I'm like, oh, damn it.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the design for the stages is actually really good because there were never any real major moments where I was like doing the acrobatic leaps and doing crazy stuff where it was just kind of like would lead me into like a pit of death. It seemed like everything was usually like enemy placements were usually there, like for a reason, and you could
Yeah, and
kind
it
of
took me a while to realize, but you can hold down or up to look like and move the camera down and up, so
yeah,
you
I
don't
was
have
doing
any
that a
blind
lot.
jumps either. So that's
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that complaint's more only isolated for certain target rooms, like in the Swamp World, where I was just trying to be cute, and the game was just like, "Oh, nope, you didn't go high enough off of this bounce. You die.
So is it
Go back
safe
to the
to
checkpoint."
say? Is it safe to say this game plays like a blend of like Donkey Kong Country and Celeste? That was kind of like how I
I can
felt
see
when I
that.
was playing it. Like I felt like the Celeste like influence, if it was even there. At least that's what my brain felt. And
I
then
kept wanting to wave dash by throwing the bell diagonally down into the ground.
You kind of can.
I
Yeah, I was gonna
figured
say, I think
there'd
I've
be
found
some
out
way
near
to
the
do that,
end.
but I wasn't doing it quite right, so I just kept like slide jumping and stuff.
Yeah, that one is it's kind of it's. I think it's harder to do than wave dashing in Celeste, and you definitely just like don't need to do it at all. But there is like there are two super jumps where if you throw Chime at the ground and then bounce off him right away with like a time press, you can go like flying.
yeah, I got that once or twice, and then Saint came in my chat and mentioned it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm still trying to do it. I can't find the timing, but it is there." And it seemed like sequence breaking almost. You can kind of do whatever you wanted if you can master those.
Yeah, because some of the medals are one of the types of medals is for time, so
Yeah, some of those
especially
are
for
tight.
vertical sections, yeah, you can just get to the top of the screen in like 2 seconds, and I think that's really fun. I think even without stuff like that, just the regular Chime moveset, I think is really fun, and he's such a cutie. And then
Yeah, even if you go slow, it's so fun just like bouncing for super jump heights and like stuff like that and using them to toss at enemies. It's just a really good time.
yeah, and then there's like less advanced stuff too, right? Like if you slide and then jump, she does like the I don't know what that maneuver is
The
called,
little
the
twirl.
springboard type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
Yeah,
best.
and then that's already like a very fast and feels really good. So it's like you don't even need to do the most crazy stuff to really zip around. So yeah, to me, it feels so good, and then like thematically, I don't know, maybe they worked it in retroactively, like it fits. Like oh, she's an acrobat. There's like rings and circus stuff everywhere. It's like all right, this works.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
feels pretty well realized with like the rope ladders and everything too.
yeah, the little
Yeah, it
rings.
does.
I did like the vibe of the game, like the world that it lives in, and like just the characters in general. It felt like it was just this already living thing, not quite Saturday morning cartoon style, but like I could see Belle and Chime just hanging out and doing their thing. It seemed like there was a lot going on for again such a small team, just trying to make like a Game Boy
Yeah, I
Color.
mentioned to Saint at one point that this really feels like it's trying to be a 90s multimedia experience. Like it would be enhanced so much by having a cartoon and like all these toys and
A
I
nice
feel like
little
I saw a
juice
Chime
box.
plush was on sale at some point, and I'm pretty sure it's gone now.
Mm.
Especially if what's on sale.
I'm pretty sure I saw a Chime plush was on sale at some point in
Oh
the
yeah,
past,
check
but I
this
probably
out.
missed
oh,
it.
that'd be cute.
I'm pretty sure Saint probably has one.
Victory was sick.
We have to get him one if not.
I will say
I'll
while he's
crochet
trying
you
to
one, don't worry.
while he's trying to find that, I will say I think it's actually pretty cool that this game is like both uh, speedrun platformer, like Goblin Brain game, and also like sit down and poke at levels and try and find secrets and talk to NPCs. I think it's a cool blend of the two to layer them both into one game. Oh, yeah, he does have it. There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
really like
like
this
the
game a
fact that
lot.
you don't have to interact with the deeper stuff kind of enhances that for me. Like, okay, I know it's there, so like now that I'm thinking about the game after beating it, if you like it, okay, you can dig in more and then you can get more levels out of it.
Yeah, it gives me like Wario Land 4 vibes where like you could move through stages if you want to, but also you were encouraged to just slow down and find stuff and explore it as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking
So
it reminds me too. I feel like there were other Game Boy games specifically that had like
Wario a little bit, I think.
yeah, like
Shantae
even
Maybe like
stuff that was
Wario Land
locked.
1.
Like I think Kirby's Dream Land 2 had like I think once
Mhm.
after you get all the crystals or whatever you're supposed to get, it opens up like this I don't know if it's another world or
That's
something.
the exact kind of exploration I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean true to its design, it it does carry over a lot of
Yeah,
uh
even some of the Bell transformations, like the flappy one was just like, what was the bird's name in Kirby? Ricky, I think. No, Ricky's the
Cool.
hamster.
yeah,
Hamster.
Ricky's
Whatever,
the
whatever
hamster.
the owl.
Cool.
It was just like that kind of flapping,
Hoot?
and it was like, okay, I feel it.
Cool. COO.
Cool. That's a
That's the one.
I
yeah.
I was
actually liked the difficulty in this. Like it wasn't too hard.
Mhm.
Like I thought it was gonna be like Castlevania hard,
That
like so much stuff flying at you and stuff.
Yeah, and
But
the checkpoints
this
were
was
really fair.
comfortable.
It like never punishes you by throwing you back to the start of the level. Like you can get the cursed skull to make it one hit kills, but like it still feels good and like you can easily, not easily, but you can perfect these levels in your own little like ways to clear things, and it just yeah, it's a good balance of difficulty and letting you zoom.
Even if you're taking too much damage, there was the shop opened up like after the first level that you can buy a recovery item from, as well as the checkpoints all giving 1 HP. My only issue is like some obstacles and like some platforms kind of blend a little bit too much into the background and didn't pop out. So you're like trying to go fast and land on all this stuff or go the right way. You just slam into a wall and it's like, what happened? Like, oh, that's actually a wall. That's colored the same as the background. It was only a
that
couple levels that
yeah,
did
that may
this.
have happened to
So
me once or twice, but it never was like offensive. I was like, hey,
yeah,
that's me. I'm
I'm gonna
zipping
bring
and
up
zooming.
my
I was gonna say it was
stupid
weird, but
hardware
since it's in the book, I was gonna say
preferences and
maybe
say
it's
that
just
I
not
played
enough.
this on CRT and it was I didn't really get that. I didn't like see things like blending in. It seemed okay, clear.
Mr. Fancy with the CRT.
And plug the Steam Deck in there.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know this existed, honestly. Not the CRT. I mean the super jump that Saint just
Oh yeah,
posted
I've
in
never
the
Oh,
seen
does
it.
chat.
the video actually working for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't work for me. Yeah, and then there's a diagonal one you can do, which is much harder. I could try to
So
get
is that like
closer,
a
but
just frame? Like you have to throw it down at a very specific time?
I think it's really just about when you jump, when you bounce off him, but it is pretty tight.
I didn't know it did anything. So I tried pressing A a bunch of times and it didn't like
Yeah,
change
because I think
anything.
oh, maybe it has to be on the way up. Yeah, I just don't remember enough details with the game because I didn't get to spend enough time revisiting. But I just yeah, I'm looping back a bit. But I just love that there's stuff like this. Like you don't need it literally at all, but it's fun.
Yeah, movement options are never hurt to have, and they're always fun to master as you slowly get through the game. And yeah, I'm glad they were all presented in the way they were because it was cool to like slowly just get acclimated to like the vaulting and like just all the cool little things. Even learning chime, like going back to what Firefly was saying with the difficulty, like if you fall over a pit, you could just throw chime down and keep bouncing off of it until
Mhm.
you get over the pit. Like everything seemed fair, everything seemed deliberate. There was just always something to like figure out, like utility wise with chime or even Belle. So I thought that even up until the end of the game, I was just like, oh, you could do this. Oh, this
Yeah, at
works
the
like
end of the
this.
game in what the fifth world when you're in space, it was like 5-2 or something. I was like, man, I'm really getting used to Chime, and like I feel invincible with this guy. When he's by my side, nothing can go wrong. And the very next level, they
That
take him away, and you have to go by
No.
yourself.
yeah, that was fun.
I was like, fuck.
So
I
when they
had to
take
tap out
flood
a
from
little bit
you,
before that.
rest in
I had to
peace,
tap out a
flood.
little bit before that because the world before that, Space World, the underground one, felt like I was supposed to go do the other underground worlds first and then come do that because it felt like a kind of rather large difficulty spike from
Yeah,
the
it's
swamp
kind of
level. I
like
was
a
like, oh,
Lost
geez.
World difficulty spice, and again in Donkey Kong Country. Like again, like I was thinking in World 2, I wonder if there's Lost Level type stuff or like
Yeah,
Lost World stuff, like Jungle Japes. When am I gonna get my animal antics in here? And then like
Yeah.
I find this secret exit in World 2, and it's like introducing all these mechanics I haven't interacted with yet, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, okay, so this is the harder level. And like I went through that world and then went back up and did the rest of the game. And then I went to that world and I was like, wait, what happened here? Why is the game like 3 times harder all of a sudden? What I miss?
where's my
Got those
3D
pretty good
remake?
sniffing out these.
Where's my
Where
3D
are all these
remake?
secret exits at? Which
I'm
3D remake?
no, sorry. I really wanted to say, where's my 3D remake of Green Hill Zone when we were talking
Oh
about
yeah,
unlockables? Just,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Where's
I
my
didn't mean
3D
to
remake
interrupt.
of the Saint? What's the area from April Grove? Their last game.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually played that. I'm just sitting on it.
Oh, all right. Well, shit.
His backlog grows ever stronger.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
mine too.
insane.
Who doesn't?
One thing that stuck out a lot was the music. I really,
Mhm.
really enjoyed the music.
That
It
file
set,
It was
select
good.
song, I
Yeah.
just let that loop forever.
dude, it was solid. And the final stage, well, I guess I mean there's nothing much to spoil, but it's lyrics to it, and it's just a good saw. I was like, damn, I didn't expect this. Because the fidelity of the game is so like low quality in terms of graphical, stuff like that. But then like the music all felt really polished and well produced, and like it didn't just give you this like, oh, here's like an 8-bit or here's like a Game Boy like kind of sound font. It
Yeah,
had
it
a
was very
lot
much this
going.
world.
Like it felt like it was almost like breathing with certain points. Like you get into that like hell air, the graveyard. I don't know. I really enjoyed the music.
Yeah,
So
there were really good swells. Towards the end, there was good tension in the music that really added to scenes. It was goofy for some of the boss battles, which is perfect.
because the bosses were pretty silly. They remind me of Donkey Kong Land, the Game Boy games.
Yeah,
So
they're
that
very
was,
simple, but it was fun to solve them.
yeah.
I did like the swamp boss and also the rhythm game boss in World 2. That was fun as well. Or was
Yeah,
it
the
World
rhythm
1?
one
I
was
get it mixed
fun.
up.
I
Oh
did
yeah, I
like the
love that one
inputs.
too.
It would have been nice to see a little bit more of that, like maybe like segments of the bosses, like throughout the stage you encounter it and you kind of do it. Because I did like that little mix up. That was kind of cool. And then you're playing Pong with like the other one, like
Oh yeah, Artist. Yeah, he was cool.
Like
I like that fight.
the final fight where you have to like bounce off of enemies and stuff. It really made the acrobatic tie-in feel apt, like as you're bouncing around, going to the next platform and stuff.
yeah, the giant woman. Did you meet the giant woman, Zero?
I did not meet that giant woman. I
Not
met a
that
different
one.
giant woman.
No, that looks like she's related to all those little swords I didn't finish collecting.
How many giant women are in this? How many are we talking? Isn't it like there's a 14 children of God or whatever? What's I don't know. I
Is
wasn't
it
following the lore.
seven?
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I
seven
think it's 7.
scalies?
There's
Yeah,
like
like
one
7
god, and then
scales of
she
the
has
mother
7.
dragon.
Yeah, so I think this game features 2, and then their previous game features
Oh,
only 1. Or they
interesting.
allude to, I think the other one features like 1.5. So yeah,
It's so
their
much
ambition
lore.
is crazy.
They expect you to keep up with it, and it's just like from the start, it's too much. Like if you just start this game with a cutscene where the night boyfriend Clyde gets
Clyde.
kidnapped. By the way, I forgot about him until the entire end.
Yes,
When they
I
mentioned him
think
again,
we
I was
all
like, oh yeah,
did.
that guy. That was really good. That was a good bit.
It
If
was.
you just start with that and not like all this god and dragon shit, I think I'd be able to swallow it a lot easier. There's just a lot at the start to try to remember.
I know there's
Yeah,
a bit of a love rectangle forming there because like Belle likes Clyde the Knight, Drew likes Belle, some girl at
Yeah,
the
I
end
didn't
likes
bother keeping up
Drew.
with any of that.
Well, I tried to
It
sit
was
down
too
and take in
much.
the lore while also having my brain. It just felt too
It's
much for my mental stack to also like explore and learn the world and also like trying not to die in stages while trying to go as fast as possible. It was fun.
And it's possible. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's possible, like doing this within. It wasn't even a full week. A bit tight. To let everyone explore all the nooks and crannies like as much as they would have otherwise.
mhm.
I do agree that it is a little too much anyway, but it seems like everyone liked it, which I'm happy about.
I'll never be mad about having too much video game in my video game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be returning to this just for like some of the time trial stuff, and because it feels good to play. That's the most important thing. That's what it comes down to. This is an action jumpy game, and it feels good to action and jumpy. So it's a win in my book.
Yeah, and even if I had more time with it, I probably wouldn't have dug too deep into it just because there's just so many
Yeah,
damn
no, there
games
isn't.
out. But
Mhm.
like, I think if it was like a slightly different time period or frame where I had a little bit of extra time and didn't have a billion games making me like anxious, I definitely would have probably 100%ed this. Uh, but yeah, it was a week if we really kind of put a little bit of time into it each day. But like, it's deceptive because you finish the game and you're like, oh, there are some extra things, but I wish I knew the value of them up
Mhm.
like
Sure, that's fair.
before the end because
Yeah, Saint was telling me there's like artifacts that give you different moves. Like you get a shoulder charge from Wario Land, and I
Yeah,
was like, I
there's
didn't
yeah.
even know they were unlockable. I didn't know there were power ups. I didn't know any of this.
like in my screenshots, there's that little mask that gives me a double jump, which I was abusing for some of the speedrun stuff. like the speedrun medals. I didn't like legitimately speedrun this game. And then yeah, there's a Wario charge. There's a book that lets you like sort of fly for like 2 seconds. Um,
The upsurge.
there's some other stuff that's just like, oh, like there's some more simpler stuff like you lose money instead of losing health first, as long as you have money. But I think like half of them give you like a different way to play the game, which is just another thing that they didn't need to do, and they're like, here you go. And I'm like, what? I think this is like 5 people who made this, like the core teams. Like, I was like, where did they have all the time to do this, man?
Yeah,
The
it's
money thing was kind of
impressive.
the money thing was kind of crazy to me. Is like I was never really at risk of running out, even when I was buying everything just to poke with it and see if it was like anything I needed for an unlock.
I visited the shop once. I bought the cursed skull, and then I got whatever items I found at the stage, and that was it. I never went back to the shop.
Same. OG gamer represent. No, I'm kidding. It reminded me of like Shovel Knight in a way where there's just like
Yeah,
a lot of random NPCs with a lot of random like cool items.
I want to mention how there's like an ambition to almost like, or there's an inspiration from Yacht Club games here for sure, between the multiverse and all the games and like connecting, and like they love this retro aesthetic, and there's definitely Shovel Knight influences here.
Yeah, I can feel Shantae emanating off of this game.
Yeah, and they
I'm
love the
like,
bouncing mechanic, which is good. More games need you to bounce off of stuff.
I will say it's nice that some of these side quests do just alleviate things for you, like doing Claire and the innkeeper side quest gives you the kitchen where Claire just gives you food for free to make it easier to explore stages later and poke them and find the secrets.
Interesting. Okay, so it kind of builds off of what you
Oh
do.
yeah, that was something I want to mention. Even though do even agree that there is a little too much, there is like I think it's the bathhouse in the town. You can use it to, I don't remember how you even interact with it. I think you just pay like 50 coins,
Yeah, I wanted to
and
add,
it'll
there
Yeah.
shows a bunch of icons, and
yeah,
like there's a sword. And,
it'll reveal which like collectibles and stuff you have. So at least that part makes it a little easier to keep track of in game, as opposed to like having to consult a guide. But then
I
as
had
far
no
as
idea
says
what
like,
the
oh yeah,
don't meant other than the sword,
oh
honestly.
sure.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you don't necessarily know what the payoff is, and someone's like, oh, there's
Yeah.
like 1,000 of them. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah, I think I used like the first soap, looked in, and I was like, oh, okay, so the sword's that weird sword I found. There's a book, I don't know what that is, and I went to the library and he's like, I'm missing books. And I'm like, oh, okay, well now I know what the book is.
Mhm. What
Yeah,
were
there's.
those? No,
Oh, go
go
ahead.
on. No, you first. You're the guest.
Um, yeah, I think the books. Once you have all the books, it unlocks another quest where there's 7 other things, and then that unlocks a secret level where you play as Bonnie in a like the most pared down 20-minute Metroidvania ish level,
Yeah.
I think. And then after that, there's like a bonus scene, and then you unlock Bonnie, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to unlock her. I couldn't find like really like specific like information. I felt like I had to comb through a guide, and I wasn't like at that point where I wanted to comb through the guide. I was just like,
I
how do you
was
get
wishing
Bonnie?
that it would unlock when you beat the game. I was like, okay, here comes the Bonnie mode, because like, spoiler, close your ears for 5 seconds if you don't want to hear this. You get her scythe for the last battle. So like, I thought it was gonna be like, okay, here she is.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping as well. But what are those things you get? Like, you know, those rooms, and then you have to hit the numbers or whatever.
Oh,
Like, what were those things that you got?
Yeah, you get
Like,
medals, but what are those for?
The medals is just like it's just for fun, I think.
little
I
pen
don't
on the
think those
back.
convert into anything. Yeah, like oh, you threw chime the max distance into the goal is one, I think, and then there's the time limit one. The time limits are hidden, I think. Don't ever see that, but I do wish they were just explicitly said. Maybe they
uh,
change that later.
yeah, they put an option to turn the timer on, but it's off by default.
Okay, and I can't remember what the last. I can't remember what the first medal's for. You can check at her
It's the
house.
target test. That's
Oh
exactly
yeah,
what we're
Oh,
talking about.
okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
saw
each level
like
has a target test thing, and you just go in and do the 5 targets and open the chest and get your medal.
yeah, there was a I think I saw a little bit of a speed run. Some dudes like all the way on the left side of the stage, and he just throws chime, and like the round ends. I get chime, I guess, goes through the entire stage until it hits something. So it's like, damn, there's still more stuff to like dig through as far as what chime does. Like, I thought it was really cool because you get these two specific mechanics. You get chime, and then you get Belle, and the synergy between the two just made it was a little bit of Klonoa. I don't know what to throw it. There's just a lot of really cool inspiration in this game, and it just felt pretty good overall. Like, I don't have any real complaints about it other than I wish stuff wasn't so kind of buried, but that's my bad for not taking more time. Like, there's no one to blame but myself.
I think there's
Yeah,
a
it's
balance
solid as
to it
well.
though. If the lore was more like it feels there's a balance to writing lore where it's like accessible to the onboard people with, and this feels a little like you have to be really in it to want to like dig deep into caring about the character. Like some of them are funny. I liked a lot of the dialogue, but I don't know. I didn't want to pursue it. Maybe it's a me problem.
No, I agree with that. Like even as someone who did basically almost all of it and likes almost all of it too, I don't really remember any of it. It's like the stuff with the characters, like in the schoolhouse or in the town. I remember that stuff. Definitely not vividly, but more clearly. But then stuff it's like, all right, there was like the moon people, and then they fucked with God at one point, and I'm like, okay, like
It's
I
a
thought I
lot.
was like my friend got kidnapped, right? It's like what,
Yeah, and then now
what
there's giant
happens?
ladies and gods, and
Yeah,
I'm in
so like yeah,
space, and
it's fun. It definitely does need a certain mood, so they definitely could have toned it back.
there's a
Um,
lot of personality. Like the animations for Belle herself are incredible. There's so many like little details to her face and posture as she's standing. Her movement's great. Like all the characters look good. I just don't remember things about them.
I'll give them credit. Like Saint said, they have clearly a very ambitious design to like
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
the
for sure.
overarching lore across many games. And I mean, Belle self-admittedly doesn't even like school that much or learning. She just wants to go around and meet people, and that's kind of the focus of the game. Is just you going around meeting these townsfolk and helping them with their problems. So I think it matches up pretty well, but also it's still kind of a detriment at the moment because now it's like, okay, now go play 3 more games to
Yeah, the road to
actually
hell is
understand.
paved with good
Yeah,
intentions. I'm
like
sure they
now
had good intentions here with the lore, but it's too much.
I just don't know if we really need to understand what's going on with that part of the lore necessarily for this
Mhm.
game. I think it's just, you're getting your boyfriend back from your rival kidnapping him, and then some other
Forget
shit
about
happens and you just get
until the end of
involved.
the game because so much
Well,
shit
I think it's worse
happens.
like, oh, damn, that's kind of weird. What the fuck happened there?
I just like the silly skeletons, the circus world. That's all fun.
Exactly. That's where I'm at. I'm
I'm a
like, I don't know if
basic
that's
little
even important to
baddie.
know.
No, I'm right there with you, ATI. It's weird because there's like a juxtaposition between like this cute little clown world, and then it's like the 7 dragon gods of the
Yeah,
moon, and I'm like,
it's
wait, hold
very
up.
serious.
Where's my boyfriend Clyde too? It's like it throws
Yeah, he
so
looked funny.
much.
Where's he?
He reminded me of Clockwork Knight, the knight from the Sega Saturn games, Clockwork Knight.
Hmm.
Um,
But no,
There was that rare game on NES that he reminds me of with the knight.
Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Give me
Uh,
Clyde mode.
Hey, I'll take Clyde mode. It's just slow and like lumbering. Just fucking
Yeah, he
sucks,
has like
Clearly
he
dude.
has
jump.
slow ass Wizard and Warriors jump too.
Dude, that would actually be really cool. Now that you say that. So,
Okay.
did you played as Bonnie, right, Saint?
I didn't actually. I have it
Oh,
unlocked, but I never. It's because a lot of times when like this is just a me thing. Like even if it's something I really love, they're like, "Hey, we added like a fat update," and I'm like 3 months removed from it. I'm like, "Oh,
I am the same way, my friend.
it's
Don't
like
worry.
this is cool." I'll look at it for like 20 minutes. It's like I can't. I already exited my immersion with this. It's like it's gonna be tough for me.
I had
I'm
to
that
fight that
way.
urge to start. I had to fight that urge to start Valheim with the Yetis. I was like, I don't really want to relearn the fucking first 3 areas of the game just to see Mistlands and everything, but I toughed it out. I definitely know the feeling.
Yeah, I think that's why it's hard for me to get into a lot of modern games because they just update so much that like if you
Yeah.
don't play for like
Oh
six
yeah, for
months
sure.
to a year, like even Splatoon, I love that game. But then like I take 6 months break to a year, I come back and I'm just like, this is cool that we have all this stuff. You gave us free updates, but The maps are
I like knowing
foreign.
exactly what code we're getting, you know? Give me
the
my pure
everything,
melee.
right? Don't update
Yeah, like
anything ever.
the big post launch update they did for this, it added one of the collectibles, which was the tickets that someone said earlier. But a lot of those are hidden behind increasingly like nebulous riddles. Like I think one of them's like this one's probably not even that hard. It's like you talk to the thing. It says, "Oh, you gotta bring me," and it says it's in much more fanciful prose. It's like, "Ooh, 7 times washing whatever," and it adds up to the sum of money that you need to do like various things in the game. It's like
Jesus.
okay, but that's not even the most obscure one because I think their intention, which this I don't like, was like they purposely wanted to be like a community back thing, like sort of like how
Yeah.
this is maybe too recent example of like animal well. It's like the community needs to come together to dig this
Yeah.
up.
I
Mhm.
was
So they did
literally
something like
just gonna
that.
say, like, do you think that these kinds of riddles would be more acceptable in like a wider, like Animal Well is a wide release because it was obviously advertised by Donkey and like it sold pretty well. It was a well-received game. It was like on the Game of the Year list, I think, or it was up on
Okay.
nominations up there anyway. But like, I don't think this had quite the numbers to like make that kind of chase like feel like a community driven. Maybe I missed it, but I think the numbers of people playing probably changes things. Like the animal well hunt when that was going on, that was crazy. Everyone was getting together trying to find all the secret stuff.
Yeah,
But
no,
like,
I definitely do agree with what you're saying. Apparently, their community just solved all this stuff, as fast as all these communities tend to too. But it's just like very isolated inside their
Yeah, like
Discord, which I think everyone knows. Like, I have a lot of
yeah,
strong
modern
feelings about
game
that.
secret solving is a little different and fast paced now
Yeah.
anyway. So it's
Um,
hard to say.
so like they did do it, but it's like okay, it's like man, just if it's another thing that's cool, but it's this one's even more than slightly out of place. It's like oh you
It feels like work.
yeah
What?
exactly. It's like okay, that's like kind of a weird choice they made. It's like fine. But again, since it was a post game thing, I was like I wasn't even disappointed that I was getting
Yeah,
distracted because I wasn't going to anyway.
And
yeah,
that's a fair assessment too. Like, I was gonna say, the thought slipped my mind. Go on, Zero.
and so yeah, like I think it's fine. Like I've long past accepted I'm not going to be involved in like all these things, and some games are gonna add things that I'm just like it's just for the community of people who are absolutely invested in it, and I'm just a tourist for lack of a better term. I kind of hate using that word. It has weird connotations nowadays with some groups, but I don't know what else to call it. But yeah, it's like, oh, the ticket thing. And I'm like, what the fuck's a ticket?
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, someone said it felt like work, and even just trying to like look up basic stuff. I mean, I know there were guides, I know there were things, but it felt like I had to start digging really hard to figure out what tickets were and curses. I don't know. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
the
no,
term
the
curses. I was just
the
like,
tickets is the community driven one. It's like
okay.
yeah, that one I think was a misstep.
yeah, because I really liked finding like hidden walls and passages and stages. It's like, oh, that's cute. Like you're swimming and then you go up a screen like, oh, I didn't know I could swim up here. There's a secret passage, and now I can get my target test, and now I get my medal. That was fun. I like finding that kind of stuff.
But on the flip side, though, if we were super fans and we did kickstart this and we were in the Discord,
It
I
would change
it
everything.
it would probably be fun to be on that like
Yeah, it'd
opening,
probably be like the coolest thing ever.
like, oh
Absolutely.
shit, fucking fart squelcher figured like this wall out. That's crazy. No one else did. I
So we
don't.
cue the summoning salt
He was
music.
farting into his mic and he found that it has voice controls that unlock the tickets. Whoa.
That's insane.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
really cool to find. Like, but like I'm probably not stumbling on that because I'm just here to play the first part of the game. I'm not here for the meta game yet.
Yeah, but like again, tying back to Animal Well, like those first few days when nobody knew the secrets and you get just
That's
a
really
pure
low for
ass
me. I
video
still didn't
game,
play it.
that's cool. It's a very specific time period. So anyone that was involved with this game and finding that out, props to you.
Yeah, there's always going to be a different way to experience certain things. Like this is going away off course, but like Resident Evil Revelations 2 released the game in episodic segments. So like you'd end on a cliffhanger and then you'd have to wait like a week, almost like you were watching a TV show. And that's just like lost to time. So, you can never really recreate that. And I feel like that's a little similar to like the way they wanted a lot of these secrets to be unearthed. Uh, but, it is what it is. You can always open up a guide. There are YouTube videos. It just didn't feel as accessible as I thought it would feel. But it's there. You definitely just got to dig a little bit. You got to really put your chime hat on and just make it your
There is a
game.
funny thing too, where there's a tower where you can input like secret codes. I guess like it's in their made up in game language, but
What the?
I
Like
think
a
that's
Banjo Kazooie type thing, where
yeah,
like
I
you go
guess.
pounding the letters.
And then I never actually did this. Like I have the tower accessible, but I never tried to figure out any codes or anything. I don't know how many of them you can find in game. What's weird is that in the Steam guides, because I was just like trying to refresh on some stuff for this, someone has all the codes, and they said it's you input 4 letters. I don't know how long the alphabet is. Maybe like even if it was 10 per letter, it's like that's a lot. Someone just input them all, every single combination manually, like one by one. I'm like, what do you mean? So, what?
I
The amount
respect
of
it.
hours.
Sat there and did every like 10,000, 100,000 combinations. I was like, what?
I mean, some
respect
people
it.
sit there and play Final Fantasy VI with their toes to level
That-
99 in the first
That's
area.
true,
So
that's
there's
true.
different
True.
strokes.
I used to break into my brother's wheat box with a 4-digit number, and I would just like sit there trying to spin the numbers for like 2 hours. You feel good when you get it. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I guess the curse of having a smaller community with this game is also like nobody's saying they're hosting a fandom wiki or anything like that for it, or like any kind of resource. It's just lost the winds of Discord and Steam guides.
I have a question. What does it mean for whom the bell tolls? I know it's like her name is Belle and like she has a bell with her, but like what does it mean for whom the bell tolls?
Is it Toils or Tolls?
It's Toils.
Is it Toils?
Toils.
Yeah, it's Toils.
Which makes
Well,
it
why
even
is it
worse.
Toils? Why is it anything?
Yeah,
What does it mean?
It's probably
Because I
meaning
guess it's
all
talking
the
about her. Like it's Belle, like her name, so it's like, oh, she's working. So
yeah.
I think I talked about this with the ATI privately, but I am. I wish they didn't name this game this name because
I just think it's too many layers.
I think they did themselves a huge disservice. Like when you read that title, my eyes already are almost glazing over. Like if I didn't
That
know
kind of
this,
tells you everything you need to know about this story just reading this subtitle. Honestly, like
Sure, yeah.
if you like to ponder the subtitle, you'll love the story. I think.
I
yeah,
know
it's
this
just
was
like
Toils until today.
yeah, it's just weird, and it's like it doesn't really feel like it matches the aesthetic or that it's a platformer. So I'm like, why did they do this? I don't understand why they did this. It's such a weird
I really think
title.
it's because this multimedia they have in their head is like all thought consuming. So it's like, yeah, it just makes sense. Like when
It must
have
be.
you ever designed a Mario Maker level and thought that it was like just basic, but then someone plays it and it's like, well, this is weird. This is hard because like
Yes.
you have the developer sense and eye of thinking like, okay, well, I have to play this 50 times and test this, so I'm not going to think it's hard. This just seems basic.
You also inherently know the language. Like every
Mhm.
game has a language to it, and some use yellow paint, others use yellow bananas to help you guide where you need to go. But you don't always have that luxury if you're kind of trying to not handhold. You don't have an entire game. You just have one level, so you don't want to like have giant coin arrows that are like go here, go there, because then that take. So I get it. It definitely feels. So the curse cracker. Are we cracking the curse? Because I keep thinking of Sonic crackers.
What
for
is
some
the
reason.
curse?
Like
I legit couldn't tell you.
the
I think even if
seven
you had asked me
serpents?
this the day after I beat it, I'd be like, I don't know. I
Are
don't
we
know what this
cracking?
is. It's just
Are we
such a
eating
crazy
crackers? Is it
title.
related to the chef? Is that why we're tied into the eating game after this? What's that
I
one
guess-
called again? A la mode something.
Claire Ella mode.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
Maybe it's hard to say because, like, I'm sure what you do at the end. I didn't do that part. It's probably like part of it. I'm also thinking of like how you go around and like depetrify some people. that
Yeah,
you
so
find
the
in
seven
cages.
gods and the cursed people and the arrows that petrify, and then the gifted and the non-gifted and the
Yeah, but I don't know if like the petrified things is really a curse from gods or just some random graven mage asshole or archer going around.
So there's
cursing
one
random
screen
citizens.
where like you drop down a like fake floor pit, I guess, and the one-eyed monster is like laughing at you. I think it's them at least. But like if you go left and you don't fall through the floor, then you can find a petrified person and you pull the arrow out. So I kind of put it in my head that it was just those guys causing trouble, that one-eyed person and the bird.
That's some
Yeah,
La
that's what I'm thinking
Mulana
too.
shit.
Funny thing is, I advanced the plot too far, and when I went back to go find that person when I remembered them, they were already gone, and like someone else helped them. The lady who reads a book in front of all the
Oh,
like
interesting.
entrances to the underground area. It's like, yeah, I came by and helped that lady because apparently that girl helps you later in the story, so they had to hand wave her as, oh, this is how she got out of there.
I want to mention real quick, Saint posted a link in the chat that shows a speed run for this game that's completed in 11 minutes and 32 seconds, which is pretty
Impressive.
impressively fast. I was wondering how fast they could push it.
Yeah, I watched little
will-
clips of just stages being speed ran, and there's a lot of little shortcut. You can do a lot with this game. It's a really cool package.
I will say, going back to the Mario Maker example ATI gave, and also thinking about that 20-minute Metroidvania level unlock thing, reminds me of like my one Mario Maker 2 level. That was a giant airship. That was like a collectathon, collect enough coins to actually exit the stage.
I think
And
I
like
played your
4
level. I
You
remember
probably
this.
did, and someone else did too, and they said like, this stage is fucking hard. I'm like, it's not though.
Yeah, it makes sense to you, but I remember like I didn't know where I was going or anything, but like, you know the path in your head. You see the full map, so you're like, it's not hard.
I just made 3 branches off the middle. That's all I did. It wasn't even that hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna play my stage where it's just Koopas, and you have to bounce off of them using the cape.
Stomping Koopas.
Stop it. Koopas.
What else?
But yeah, I imagine I feel for you, guy who made the Bonnie 20-minute Metroidvania level. I made the same mistake. I don't know how to fix my brain to not do it.
Hey, we need that. That pushes
Yeah.
the genre somehow.
Being challenged and not knowing what's going on is what makes games fun. 'Cause I like solving things and seeing what happens and that kind of stuff. And this game had a lot of solving, and like you had to solve your movement as you go. Like you learn that if I hold down and jump, then I do a boost jump, and I can throw the bell, and solving the game felt good.
There's also there was a cool movement too that reminded me. I used to speedrun Tiny Toon Adventures for the NES, and I was second in the world at one point. But there's a lot of cool like like if you run and then like duck, you get like a little speed boost in Tiny Toons, and you can keep like mashing it to get like this cool little like wave dash. And I felt like there was very similar movement with her with the like. I wasn't even pressing R half the time to do the pole vault thing. I was just kind of like mashing down, forward in this like weird little cadence to get like this cool little movement boost. And
You mentioned holding R. Did anyone else toggle the run mode so you just press the button and you enable run mode and then you never turn it off for the entire game? Was that just me? Or?
No, I did that on day 2 because my hand was starting to hurt from holding the bumper while also.
Yeah, I
doing
realized
everything
there's
else.
like no reason to never not run. So
like L
I think I always ran manually.
Yeah,
For no
manual
reason.
runner.
Thingy.
Let's
Manual
go like
runner.
that.
If I could have mapped it to like the actual like R1 or L1, I would have been fine. But having to hold R2 just like hurt my hand after a while.
It just feels like they're in an unnecessary input, and like I don't think there's a benefit to. Is there a benefit to walking
It
instead?
feels
There-
good. No,
I don't
to
think
walking,
so.
I don't think so.
I think there is, like, if you're really trying to control your movement, but most of the time you don't really need to because the
Yeah,
game's
but go
so
fast though.
Yeah, but you can control yourself well enough just by going normal speed. But I think there's some like thinner platforms like
Yeah, there could be
in
a couple
width
of roses where you probably don't want
that you might want to like stop running so
Yeah.
you can align yourself before you do your next dash.
Maybe, but that's for cowards.
Do you all actually use your caps lock key ever?
No, shift all the time,
Yeah,
which makes
I'm
me
a-
a
I'm a-
hypocrite.
Yeah, I'm a big shift holder.
Fucking hypocrites.
I have
Unless
never
I
used
know
the
that
cruise
I'm
control on
have
my
several
keyboard in
CAF
my life.
messages in my future.
I will shift all the time.
I don't
You should
think
know that you've earned my ire of holding down my shift key that long.
I don't know anyone who doesn't hold shift key. I feel like caps is like a very boomer button. Like
I've been capsing just due to work and like having to input things on computers. I'm like,
well,
okay,
that's different.
I see
like,
it now.
Yeah, that's more function, like over, because there's a
Yeah,
benefit
just
now to the
talking
capping.
conversation, never.
Yeah, very odd thing to think about.
I'm gonna be thinking and trying to work in caps lock into my rotation.
Have caps lock always
What other
on.
buttons am I ignoring?
Just do opposite. Caps is always
I'm
on.
about
so
to
you have
turn
to
my
hold
num lock
shift.
off and go crazy.
He's a madman.
Don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna find out.
Don't turn numlock off, so I'm like really working in Excel.
So I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
there's like one time every 10 years I turn it off for real.
Yeah, that's the time I work hard in Excel.
You accidentally hit it. You're like, fuck. So we hit the music, we hit the gameplay, we hit the lore, we hit the
The
graphics.
graphics.
I'm trying to think of like any other little details and things that were kind of like that tickled you or kind of really
That's
just
the thing. It's
stood
like
out.
it's so perfectly bite-sized. I think that stands out on its own. It does like yeah, it has extra stuff, but the main thing does feel like a short little Game Boy game, and I think that's nice.
Yeah, it's very succinct at what it does, but if you want to flip the secret pages, there's a whole few extra chapters. But
Yeah,
like,
some of those pages are cut out, and they have a little drug box in there or something.
I definitely want to
Did I?
like. What was that, Zero?
I was gonna say, I'm just looking at the pictures on the Steam page, and I see one picture where the UI is colored differently. Did I miss that as an option or something, or is that
I
like
think
an
there's
item?
just in the main menu options. There's
Uh,
you can change her color too. Claire's. I think some of those are some of them are unlocks, but you can change her color too.
Oh, is that why in the
yeah.
GDQ she's like red, Belle?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Ah,
We
yeah, I
got
thought
the
that was a
Russian
mod or
girl.
something.
yeah. There's other details like in the clips I posted. Um, my chime looks weird in some of them because he changes form based on your artifact. So it's
Oh,
just like, oh, they. I just love that they took their time to squeeze in all this stuff that, um, at least for me personally, I really like really small details that. Um, I mean, these aren't even like won't go unnoticed, but they're just really small. It's like I love that stuff in games.
yeah, they didn't have to do it, but they did.
Yeah,
That's funny
Yeah.
going back to that. The production and like amount of detail and stuff that they did put into this game, you would think that this game could easily be like a 6-7 hour like Super Mario World kind of game. They could have really just sat on it and made this crazy thing with the amount of detail. You have all this lore. And yeah, like ATI said, it's this perfectly bite-sized like Game Boy game or Neo Geo Pocket Color game where it just kind of, I don't know, I ran through it in 2.5 hours or something, just main story. I can't
Oh
remember.
wow.
Yeah, well, when the stream that you popped in, I finished it right before So Weird Wednesday or whatever day it was. I can't remember, but it was like really solid. And as you mentioned, all this extra shit, like you have Wario Land shoulders, double jumps. I'm like, damn, you guys could have made like a giant Metroidvania with everything that you have going on, but like you reeled it back for the sake of your development team and keeping like a concise package. It makes me want to deep dive more into their future stuff or even past stuff because I do kind of appreciate what this developer did with this game. So I can only imagine what they're going to do in the future or what they
Yeah,
have already done.
I definitely do recommend their first game is called Prodigal. That's the Zelda-ish one. Don't think it's too much like Zelda, but you do like solve dungeons and stuff, but it's not like one to one in terms of uh, gameplay loop.
Mhm.
Um, but I do think it's really good, and it often goes on sale for like $3, which is like okay. That seems like a fair
Yeah, that's
deal.
very reasonable.
Yeah, so I definitely do recommend that one. And then their next two, I still need to play. Oops.
I do want to say I missed the Zelda formula. Like we've gotten so much Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom that like when Echoes of Wisdom came out, I was like, I really miss having Zelda formulas. So like,
It's nice to just solve some screens. That's what it
yeah.
comes down to.
So even if it's slightly similar, if it has a similar vibe, I'm kind of down with that because I've been in the mood for just more Zelda, and I don't know how many times I can replay the classics. I mean, I can and I will, but it's nice to it's nice to see when someone kind of
It's
goes
nice to
down
have some
that path
alternatives. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to dissuade like developers from doing crazy ARG community driven meta event stuff in smaller games or smaller communities rather. So I'm happy with this game. I could see myself playing this a shitload, and also I'm looking at the rest of their library now with a lot more interest. Whereas I thought this was just like a one-off thing on its own and not really connected to anything else. Also, it was gonna be like only 6 hours long.
I hate it. There's a
Yeah.
cool physical copy for the Switch that has like I think a pin set or it has something cool, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to spend
Is it
$60.
limited run?
I don't think it is, which is cool that it's not, but
Oh, thank God.
I think it was like a small print and it's on some random website and it's just you have the deluxe edition left and it's like $60 is steep
Like
for
3 guys in Chile have it now, and that's it.
pretty much. But I was definitely interested enough to look at the physical and be like, maybe it's got pins I could put in my bag. But I'm
Yeah,
definitely interested.
I think originally when I started posting about, I think I posted about both these games, Prodigal and Crackers, in the server. Um, I wasn't active in their Discord, but I did read it because they're, um, especially one of the developers is like pretty responsive. He's kind of a nice and also funny guy. Um, I think after this game, it looked like the company was going under, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. It's just sad in general, and then also because yeah, they are setting up this bigger world, and it's like, oh, they're not gonna be able to finish telling this story that they apparently want to tell.
That's the problem with ambition. It's like
Yeah,
you don't necessarily have the time to tell everything you want, unfortunately.
yeah, but in that time they have released those two games. Veritas that Zero posted, which is the sequel to Prodigal, and then the April Grove, and then they have the listing for the Claire a la mode. So they're
Yeah, so
definitely
I'm
still
guessing
alive.
that they're okay, right?
Yeah, I think they're okay. I do remember that after Veritas, they were making a JRPG
Oh,
in the same universe and stuff. It doesn't have a Steam page, but they had like footage of it. I think that one they intend to be bigger in scope and stuff. So like they're releasing these small ones to um, get money. I mean, I can't imagine these aren't selling gangbusters either. So
they
I
seem
don't
to
know.
be
Game dev
selling
seems like a
decent
nightmare.
Frog
though.
game?
But then like yeah, if the JRPG comes out and like if any of you fall into this world even deeper than me, it's like, oh, I think that would be great to go through. I feel like they would kill it.
Yeah, I think a JRPG would be really good for what they're trying to do. That would be like the linking thing that would make the ending of this game make more sense.
That would be really cool too. Like you recruit Belle and like you or other characters from this like extended universe. You just kind of have this cool little turn-based party. I'd
Give me
rock
a
Belle.
JRPG with cool like world movement where you can do like acrobat jumps and stuff as you move around town and talk to people. Yeah,
God, yes, please.
I mean, that's kind of what this is in the town, but like not really.
I will
Yeah.
say it's a bit ironic that like we still in the same problem the Oddworld team has with this. Like they also have like this ambition to tell this bigger story, and then they also kind of just weren't successful after their second game.
Sorry, which game? Which team?
Oddworld.
I mean, even
So, like, much as
Shenmue, like
yeah,
that's like
Shenmue
the
too.
number one baby for that.
Like
That's
we keep running into this problem. Like all these cool games get like one or two hits, and then like they just start floundering.
Wearing my tomato shirt right now, by the way.
I
classic.
really want Tom's shirt, by the way. I need to go find that.
I want to spend $800 on Rio's jacket. Go into debt.
Let me get Belle's leotard real quick.
I feel like a
Big.
Belle cosplay would go hard. I feel like I would flip out if I saw.
It's an iconic design, honestly, with the mask and everything and the long braided ponytail.
Yeah, like it's simple, but at the same time, it's like it's just solid. Like she's just this little acrobat. She could be a wrestler for all you know if you don't know the character.
Armika.
Yeah, but and that's a class. That's your classic character design. That I really liked Belle actually. As a pro tag, I would
Mhm.
love.
She
to
was
have
nice
her.
and charming and good little hero. She
Yeah.
was a good character.
I'm
She
looking
did
at
what she
Claire.
had to do.
I'm looking at Claire Ella mode, and I see the story from what I can tell in this trailer is like everyone's getting evicted due to landlords buying the deeds to their houses, and seeing all these people I like just somewhat connected with now being like destitute is an interesting experience to see.
You real.
Almost feels like something out of Shenmue.
Yeah, Claire a la mode. I gotta put that on my wish list. Yeah, and Verite Prodigal goes cheap. Yeah, like all these games, super affordable, super accessible.
And at their core, I'm sure they all feel great to play. They
Yeah,
have this developer has a good grasp on just good gameplay feel.
well, that's a good question. Yeah, like Saint, since you've played, you said most of them. You didn't play the last two, right? You said, I think.
Yeah, I played Prodigal a lot.
Does it feel good to play? Like, is there like true game feel?
Yeah, I think they do their own thing, but it feels like just moving around and um, the sound of dialogue and the music and everything and the way it's done and stuff feels it's all good. I think these guys really know what they're doing.
Cool. I'll have to keep them on my radar. What was they? What was the developer? Color
Colorgrave. It's one
Grave.
word. Yeah. So I think they named one of the like god characters after it or other way around, but that's what it is.
Yeah, shout outs to Color Grave because I was really impressed with this game. I feel like usually with kind of just like indie games, I feel like they ape too much of what their inspirations are, and it like lacks a certain identity or just
But
there's
this
no
one instead was like
spirit.
inspired and then forked off. It was nice to have its own thing.
Yeah, like it was true. You definitely can see the inspiration, but it never says like I want to be this. It says I'm going to be my own thing, and it like really kind of the whole game. You just feel like you're playing a unique experience that you haven't played before. You know, I said last week, oh, Zelda clones are so annoying. Like that's that guy trying to recapture his Link to the Past moment 30 years ago. But I feel like there's just none of that here.
There's a line between like creative, imaginative stuff and just like I'm just coloring in the picture with the color by numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't. No, go on.
Prodigal, the puzzles aren't as good as Zelda. They're not bad, but they're not as good as Zelda. But the
Few things
sort of
are
videos
though.
just
Yeah,
things.
that's a high bar. Let's be real.
that's definitely true. But then sort of like what you were just talking about, they do enough different stuff in this where even though you can tell what the inspiration is, it feels like its own thing as opposed to just a cheap imitation or anything like that.
It wouldn't be successful, but I want to see his team make a like old school Ys 1 and 2 style bump combat game.
Just
Oh.
ramming
RPG.
into stuff.
Yeah, I think they would do really well with that, but it would not be
Honestly.
successful because people don't really like that genre.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It could be Clyde's
what I like
game.
about this developer too is that it's like they do a lot of genre jumping. It's like their first game is this top-down Zelda. It's like, oh, it's a 2D platformer. Then we're doing
Yeah, I like that they don't pigeonhole
Weird
themselves, but they
sim.
do have like a visual identity.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Yeah, I think they know what they want to do, and they just do a good job. It's like, oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
wanna,
give them a gold star.
Yeah, give them an A+. I do want to do a deep dive on the developers too. I wonder if that GDQ run has any like lore or like I kind of want to like listen to what the people have to say, kind of hear them out because that is a good point. Genre jumping isn't always the easiest, and to do it allegedly seamlessly, to a quality degree is kind of impressive. Especially if they're trying to do a JRPG, they got my heart, you know. So
Again, I'm thinking back to Yacht Club and Shovel Knight, how they have all the different campaigns that are like, if you play as Spectre Knight, it's like a Ninja Gaiden, like, and then like King Knight, you have the card game in there, and like they pull it off all well too. So there's some
saying
guys
that-
that can really do it.
I'm staring at Claire Allen mode and watching her throw stuff, and I'm reminded of an old indie game called Lyle and Cube Sector. That was all just about throwing the cube, and the physics look almost identical in my head. Maybe that's just bad 10-year-old memories, but
Maybe some NES Chippendale block throwing.
yeah, I think it's all pretty much that's the root of all of these. So it's probably gonna be good shit. I trust him.
Yeah, that's cute.
Keep Color Grave on your radar. But as far as Curse Crackers, I don't know. Is there any more praise we can give this beautiful little gem that Saint has graced us with? It seems like there's no real negatives other than just too cryptic, which is funny because we all grew up playing like NES games and fucking.
Which
Yeah, I don't know
makes
if
me
this-
want to investigate why it's like we didn't pursue it. I know there's like we talked about it, but I'm sure it's like we already experienced it. There's only so many hours in the day, blah blah blah. There's infinite reasons. So I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
for
personally,
me, no, go on, Zero.
I'll say personally, it's just I didn't think it was gonna be that deep of a
Yeah.
game. Like I just didn't have that impression. I thought
There
it was
wasn't
gonna
like
be
the
this-
carrot on the stick, like, hey, if you complete this, you'll get this as a reward. I just
I
didn't
was
know.
gonna say
I mean, I
something
didn't-
similar to that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really need a carrot on a stick. Well, I guess I kind of had it with that altar area that Saint showed with all the powers
Yeah.
when I saw it. But before that point, it was just like, oh, this is a fun little Royal Land style platform where you just go through stages. Okay. And it was like, oh no, actually, it's like half Zelda, half that. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I thought this was gonna be a short thing. I didn't make the commitment for this yet. I mean, cold feet.
Yeah, I think for me, I was just so satisfied by the end of it. And then
Yeah.
there was no carrot on a stick to incentivize, like, hey, there's extra worlds and extra this and extra that. I thought, like, oh, maybe if I get all the medals, Clyde is free from jail or something. I didn't find out until it was too late because there's a lot of digging to go through to find any real, like, information. But I was just, the main package. It's kind of like Donkey Kong, where I'd never really go for the Lost World or the extra stage in Country 3 because the initial package is so satisfying.
Yeah.
Whereas like Aria of Sorrow, I always go for that extra like ending where you equip the ring and you have the succubus soul to do that extra dark dungeon world because I wouldn't feel satisfied without that. So it's kind of like a little balance, I guess.
Definitely
think,
some kind of design question to solve in there. Like, what is it that draws us to? Because I feel you on the Castlevania stuff too. Like, I played through the Dominus collection. And I had to 100% every one of the trilogy. It's like
Mhm.
you just have to. It just feels good.
Yeah, I think like later on there is a side quest that you get like a bunch of the time trial medals. I don't know if it ever asks you to get all of them. Certainly, I don't know if there's one for the target test medals or the long shot ones. But like, I guess there are some hints of it, but like they're very subdued, and you just need to like keep going back and exploring the world. And with the default text speed, it's kind of annoying if you don't know you can speed it up. I didn't know that you could speed it up, by the way. So I was getting kind of annoyed of going in and talking to every NPC and then going back to I guess it's just too much pace changing. Like going from slow pace, talk to everyone, RPG game, back to speedy platformer, be done with the stage in 30 seconds, back to town to go talk to people for 10 minutes. Maybe that's just more of the issue on my end.
Yeah,
No,
and
I
I
can
think I'm
see
like kind
that.
of spoiled by modern stuff and like playing FF7 Rebirth. When you go around talking to everyone, it's like there's all these voice lines and interactives, and like, whoa, what if you get a mini game? It's like your sensory overload is
The
going off. So when you go
schizophrenia
back to this,
simulator.
yeah, everyone's talking.
God, I still wish we could backport how Rebirth does it to remake it. That game is unfucking playable to me.
The voices in my head.
Which is weird because I like the people talking everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, I'm walking through a city, but
Yeah, that's
I
a
get
me
how it'd be
problem for sure.
maddening.
That's so my brain not liking voices overlapping each other
Yeah.
like that.
They learned. They knocked it out of the park, but Rebirth is for another day. If
Let's play
ever.
that next.
100% for the third time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Switch 2 versions coming. I'm so ready. I love that game.
I can't
It's
wait
so
to
good.
play it again.
Have you played it yet? Oh, again, there you go.
Yeah.
These
Wild.
games ask for like hundreds of my hours. I don't have this much time in a week.
Every time you do it, it's a little faster. Instead of 150 or 60, it turns into 110.
Oh.
But yeah, I think that is Curse Crackers, right? I mean, does anyone have anything else to add? Any little?
Do we feel like we cracked the curse?
I feel like I
No, I
did.
only finished like a third of the game according to my percentage.
Yeah, what was everyone's finishing percent?
28.
Around 25, around there.
I was at 33, but I didn't finish the last two stages or the final boss, I guess.
I'm sitting at I have 91.
God,
Damn.
we can't. This curse is impossible
Whatever
to crack.
noise.
Yeah, I have.
I love that Saint noise.
18
Whatever.
hours for 91.
What was that?
Oh, 91% is 18 hours, and then
Jesus
I
Christ.
I
Oh,
thought
wow.
I had every medal, and then when I looked, I was like, oh, I'm missing quite a lot of them. It's like, if I wanted to, I could milk a lot more time on this game, and it is something I love. So I'm like, okay, I should try to pencil that in sometime.
Get that perfect Chivo.
Yeah.
It's always nice on Steam.
I'm
Do
missing
you remember
two
your percent
achievements.
Firefly?
I only got to the ending of the second world,
Ah,
so I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Too busy playing
You think-
Shenmue.
You think you're gonna go back to it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
Probably.
too long. It's a nice little romp. You feel good about it when you're done. Definitely something I would say finish. Check it off that list.
If you
Oh,
get in the
the
groove,
checklist
then you can
more.
like put a good hour or two into it and get most of the way through. So yeah.
And
So
I
are
like
the-
that you can go anywhere in the map too. Like
Yeah, that was
to any
fun.
stage. Like you don't have to go in order.
Yeah, that was nice.
It
I
was-
thought I was gonna get penalized for in some kind of way, but no, it was pretty nice.
Oh yeah, I think I never actually. Oh no, I did run into it once, but not in a short, meaningful way. I think I was only going back for medals. I think there's two of the levels have like cannons where you get to skip like off more than one world ahead. It's just like just another thing they just did just
Wait,
cause.
what?
Like okay.
Yeah, I saw this. Some dude was, I don't know, speed running a stage, and he did a cannon exit, and I was like, "There's fucking cannons," and there was like a shop
Yeah.
after. I'm like, "Bro, what?" And the
Yeah, I
way
thought
he
was
got
good,
it
like,
was
sniffing out
crazy.
secrets.
It was hidden. It was very, very hidden. I'll say that much. To find that cat, I was like, "I'm not gonna. How? How do you even find that?" But
Yeah, I think there are some where you have to do like one of the special jumps just in like a mostly inconspicuous corner. It's
Yep.
like, if you're
Gotta
crazy,
toil
you
around.
could believe you could exit off the top of the screen here. It's like, oh,
look,
Yeah, that would
what
drive
do you
me insane
know?
because I would just be spamming the angel donut thing and just flying to every corner of every screen trying to find shit.
yeah.
I was really glad to find Claire's infinite item stash. I was like, oh, thank God I don't have to spend thousands of coins sating my curiosity.
Wait, can you eat food outside of the designated area? Like, can I carry a donut?
Yeah, if you go to the early shops, like you'll find the one
Son
in
of a
Area 1 has
bitch.
the
No idea.
float pancakes. The Area 2 town, I think, has the angel donut, but then once you get to after the swamp and you do the inside
There's an
quest,
Area
you get the
2 town?
kitchen. Yeah. that thing
Wait,
in the
how do you
middle.
unlock that? Is that when you unlock that gate? Is that what's going
It's-
on?
No, it's in the middle. Not
Oh,
like the space
am I-
area, like the one right after the first 5 levels.
Oh, I was thinking
Hey, no.
swamp.
Yeah, no, I think it's just
Yeah,
the big
no,
city.
before that.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, there's another one? Holy shit.
No, I thought there might be. I still do something in the swamp to get that witch to show up.
There's a
Yeah,
witch.
I didn't unlock the gate to that place. I didn't get the witch to show up. There's a
I don't have
lot.
the
Yeah.
tower either, apparently, that you can unlock. So now I'm like, I just want to go play this game more.
Gotta
Alright,
pet
cool.
the dog
I'm,
more.
I'm so happy. Like I said, I love this developer so much, and just this game too. I think I like this one. I don't even know why I'm saying this. I like this one more than Prodigal, even though both I think are fantastic. Um, I've tried to get so many people to play this game. I posted on before, well before the VGBC was even a thing, right? So I'm so happy that some of my friends have experienced this now too.
Yeah,
I'm
this
really
was
so happy.
This was a long time coming. I started it a while ago, and it was like during COVID, and like I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't the right time, and then like we started it for this, and I started a new file, and it was a great time going through it and finally finishing.
When
Yeah,
did
I
you
bought
play
this-
it, Saint? Sorry, Zero.
Yeah, basically when it
Anyway.
came out, 2023.
Okay.
Huh.
Because I feel like
Okay, it was a
do.
little
When
after
did
like
it come
COVID.
out?
I was gonna say,
2022. 2022.
I was thinking
Yeah.
it was a COVID game for some reason. I don't know. I played it a while ago. Whatever.
Yeah, I definitely bought this like earlier on, but then just sat in my library as like I really need to be
Oh yeah,
in
one
the
of
mood for this
those.
game, and apparently I was right because holy shit, there's fucking 30 hours of content.
Yeah, I feel like I do remember you posting about this. You were like, "Oh my god, this game feels so good to play."
Yeah, every now and
I
then I'll show for
vaguely,
something.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you shared it. I'm glad Vex gave us his blessing as well because it was definitely a nice little, nice little gem that I would have just skipped
I
out
love you,
on.
Vex.
We love you, Vex. You fucking liar,
Jesus Christ.
dirty ass liar. But no,
Yeah, this is one that could have slipped under the radar, and it's nice that it got a little boost.
yeah, I
Originally-
feel like I was burned by a lot of indie games around like the 2016 to 2020 era because everything just felt so derivative.
yeah.
Blossom Tales, like Shovel Knight came out, and yeah, it was great, but I abused the mirror the whole game, so it didn't feel like particularly challenging. But I was
I did
just like,
speedrun Shovel Knight a little. I did like that a lot.
yeah, it was a fun game. But it felt like the bubble burst with Shovel Knight, but then everything. And so I kind of stay away from games like these, which is to my own fault because I'm sure there's really, really good games. But I don't know. Sometimes they just give me the ick because it just feels so like.
Yeah, and there's not enough time to dig through them all and see which ones are legit. I
Mhm.
feel like that's kind of what we're doing here. Is like, if we feature an episode, we kind of give our stamp on stuff. Hopefully, or we can give it a stamp of shit.
So far,
What
none
were they
have gotten.
thinking?
None have
Nintendo
gotten the
seal
stamp
shit.
of the shit cube.
Looks like a fucking chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, but Saint, you always have good taste when it comes to like these smaller kind of little random indie games. You seem to be on the pulse of whatever it
Dude,
is.
I spend a disgusting amount of time crawling like the Steam
Yeah, you
upcoming.
put in the work, and it
Yeah.
shows.
Sniff 'em out.
And
Sniff, sniff.
when there's demos, even if it's something where like I really don't think I'm gonna enjoy it, I'm like, I'll just download it and eventually play the demo. I'm like, I'm digging, man. I'm gonna find these gems.
I remember one day, like I discovered a YouTuber that led me to a bunch of like really obscure games. You're like, how did you find these? I'm like, oh shit, he wants my secret.
Oh yeah. So sometimes I'll
This?
find something through weird methods, and then it's on Zero's wish list. I'm like, that motherfucker. He's doing what I'm doing, but in some other way.
I just let the YouTube algorithm guide me.
And I let you guys guide me after that. It all
Yeah.
trickles down.
Except for that one day where I browsed the entire action RPG page and wish listed like 600 games.
You can't dilute the list too much, though. There's a fine art to it.
I just
Yeah,
want
we
to get
gotta-
notified for
We gotta
sales.
focus on the diamonds in the rough.
That's just my please Steve notify me of sales button that I don't use to actually look back on.
Looking at sales on Steam now, there's Lust Sisters, Harem of Gods.
Postal too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at this anymore
I
because
thought MasterCard got rid of these. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm really just updating.
Like $2,000 porn game or whatever. I can't
You
remember.
need all the DLC for the complete experience.
Like, what are you doing, gamers?
Damn, that's a game just to fish for the CEO of Gooning.
Yeah, that was Curse Crackers. Thank you, Saint, for giving
Thank
us this game, this beautiful experience, and thank you for joining us.
Oh yes, thank you. I really do. I didn't even think about looking at the rest of their games actually, so I'm glad you brought this to my attention again. I might
Yeah, no, I'm
buy a couple of
so
these to try
happy.
them as well. I
I'm
just
so
want to
happy.
try Claire when it
I
comes
hope
out.
I can. I think for me, participating in this is just a weird time thing, but it's really fun to. I'm surprised we talked about this so much, and it's like, 90 minutes just vanished. So
Yeah,
hopefully in the
shared
future I
experiences
can
are cool.
participate. Yeah, it's great. Even before this, I did want to do some of the other ones. Like, I just don't think I have time. Like, I don't think there's any way I could have complete. Not that I need to complete it, but like Shenmue is like, it's like this seems like it could be pretty involved.
Yeah.
But I do want to play that eventually.
Also, like,
And I rejected Xbox's gift. Who is that?
Hello,
Oh,
Blue
it's-
Babylons.
hello,
Special
Blue
guest.
Babylon.
I thought it was
Surprise
Vex.
new Yeti.
¿Cómo está?
Bien
Hey,
too.
hey. we
What's
were
the
just
NSBN?
we were just ending our Curse Crackers. Hawk, have you played Curse Crackers, Blue Baby?
I have no idea what that is.
No.
It's for the
Alright, good talk.
who the Belle Toils. I hope that
For
explains
whom
things.
the Belle Toils.
I haven't heard of that either. I'm feeling out of the loop here.
A little bit. But yeah, Saint, I hope you recommend another game in the near future, and that is it
I-
for Curse Crackers.